All right, guys, with this soft tip knockdown, we're going to focus on the damage through here and through here. We're just going to try to relieve that pressure, and then after that, we're going to go into some more push work up into the upper part of the damage. All right, guys, at this point, I feel like we definitely got enough off the edges to begin working up through here. Again, this is about creating balance. So we got this area right here pushed up to hold the stability of the panel. Now, I'm going to need to go right on up here to the top. And we're going to have to get this section right here kind of pushed into this center tension area right here so we can begin what I call making the panel stable. At the point to where it's stable and moldable and we can actually begin doing definition work. At this point, we're still working on bringing it up with balance. Just remember that. I talk about that a lot, of pushing these dents and bringing them up with balance. So I did a little bit of crown work here. Great. We created some balance. We don't want to go too far down because we still got a big low up here. So now I'm going to go in and do some push work and focus on this giant low up here. I'm not saying I'm going to get it all the way out, but we'll at least release some of this pressure up top so we can begin doing the crown work on the back side of it. All right, guys, so one of the first areas I'm going to shallow up is right up in through here. You might see this thing oil cannon a little bit because it is in a natural curve, but that's all right. We're going to get a lot of this shallowed up from top to bottom. We're going to try to recreate our nice natural curve. See, right there's what I mean. That's kind of the whole panel going against the grain. And a lot of it has to do with this big crown back here. So we'll get a lot of that knocked out. And then we'll have to go in here in between the braces and do some pushes up in through here. But right now, I'm just going to push the top a little bit and just get that kind of shallowed up off of this right here. And then I might make a few pushes right in here. I expect some major oil canning, but at that point we're going to go in here and start doing some knockdown work to the back side of this crown. Just trying to bring it up nice and balanced. These little bitty baby pushes here. Should get an oil can here, but you know, you expect that with this type of damage. Definitely feel some major stretch through here. All right, guys, the key thing is we're gaining a little bit of stability through here. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to push the light back, and we're going to begin working this backside crown. So right in through here, guys, we had this nice little high spot emerge. It's subtle, you know, so it's not too bad. But I'm going to go ahead and work in getting this tension area that's pulling tension from that side off the center of this damage. All right, guys, so here's what I'm going to do. I got to go in here and knock all the tension off this line. So all the crown work that you see is going to be done through here, okay? I'm going to knock that down, give us a chance to raise up the center of this dent, and just need to get all the tension off this, including all the tension back through here. So we'll continue knocking down, and we'll jump in here as soon as I'm ready to do a little bit more push work. All right, everybody, so this right here is the point that I'm at with it. Definitely looks kind of like a rippled up mess, but if you look at a lot of these little spots here, it's soft tip, you know, nothing aggressive, nothing harsh on the panel. You know, every little spot is basically a little ding that can be pushed up. Definitely going to be, the one thing that we have coming through here, we've got a nice curve going this way, flat panel up this way, a deeper curve coming at this direction. I got three things here, you know, or probably more than that to work with. What I'm going to focus on here is actually coming in here from a cross-check angle and getting all this shaped up relatively decent. And to the point where I think it's going to take a little bit of pressure off this one, because every time I push up here, it's oil canning. Just need to spread that pressure out a little bit. We'll be using some sharp tip knockdown along with quite a bit of soft tip knockdown, because we still got some crown spots like the one down through here. That definitely a soft tip works great for that. But basically, guys, I'm into the point where I'm coming in from a cross-check angle, and I'm going to see what cleaning a lot of this up will do to this part up here. So I'm hoping that it tightens it up a little bit and just keeps us from that dreaded oil can effect. All right, everybody, so what I'm going to be doing here is just kind of reshaping this curvature right here. So I definitely want to get it into its natural shape. Some of that is going to include doing some hammer and knockdown work. As you can see here, I've actually got a sharper knockdown tip here to start with, but I'm still using the 90 bend soft tip tool that we started with to go through areas like through here, and I might be doing a little bit of work through here on the little low here. And just kind of shaping this thing up. I'm likely going to have to tap in here, which will allow us to see kind of the power of this clear coat holding up through the tapping process. But let's go ahead and jump in there and get started. I'm going to make some pushes to begin with. Going through our same access point. Definitely going to be fighting that oil can effect throughout this process, but maybe I'll just oil can it and then work the dent with it up like that, just so it stops bothering us throughout the pushing process. Kind of allows me to shrink these little lows. Right now we want to go into a little bit of knockdown work. And she came right down, but the point is we were able to concentrate and get a lot of these little lows pushed up. All right, got that area looking better. Just want to kind of take a look through this panel. I really think my plan's going to work the more that we work into, this was a concentrated stretch spot with that big old line that was coming through here at the beginning. You know the metal stretch when it smashes into another panel of metal and creates all this displacement right here in this area. So I'm going to continue shaping it up from this angle. Just pushing out little lows and tapping down little highs. We'll probably get the oil can effect through the whole process, but sometimes you got to oil can it to push up a little low right there. So we got a little low right there. Might have to push it up nice and hard. It might have to oil can up here before I can actually extend it and lay the thing down and tap it even. But again, this thing, we're starting to gain a little bit of balance here. So once we get to that point, we'll be able to, you know, it should stop oil canning at that point once we maintain some balance. And something you might notice here, when I'm tapping through that, this clear coat keeps it together real nice. I mean, that's definitely going to help us out throughout this whole procedure. I might go in here and begin pushing back here on this little bitty crease as well. So we might as well, while we have it at this angle, you want to try to get as many things that complement this angle, because we got a crease going this way and within this dent, we'll be able to push it out from this angle and make it a little bit easier on us in the long run. Still got a little bit of crown work that needs to be done back through here. Definitely, again, something that can be tapped out from this angle, but we'll just keep on working out all these little lows. See, there it went again, but that's all right. That's A-okay with me. Definitely getting at a point with some of these, like this one right here, where a sharper tip is going to help out on that. Maybe a bullet tip. Not a super sharp tip, but a bullet tip would be nice to finish that out. But I'm going to keep on going with my soft tip and just try to concentrate some of this area through here before we go back to a cross-check angle, and definitely need to tap some of this out.